Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we are having some street talk about student leadership. I was recently looking into how schools actually handle their environmental initiatives, and let's be honest, so much of it just feels like lip service. But then, I stumbled onto this blueprint that is completely upending the standard model. It's called the Green Action Campus Projects. If you've ever felt like your campus sustainability efforts are just, vague ideas, endless committee meetings, or those boring lectures that go absolutely nowhere, well, you're going to want to pay close attention. Together, we're going to unpack a highly structured blueprint designed to transform standard, everyday campus leadership into high-impact, measurable environmental action. Okay, let's dive right into this. On our agenda for today, we're tearing down the mechanics of this blueprint across 5 key areas. We've got redefining campus leadership, the flipped learning approach, the 2-weekend action roadmap, architecting eco-friendly campaigns, and wrapping up with the turnkey advantage. We'll cover the whole shebang, from the modern learning methodology right down to its incredibly efficient execution plan. All right, Section 1, redefining campus leadership. Let's start by fundamentally challenging the traditional view of what it actually means to be a student leader today. Think about this for a second. What if environmental eyesores were actually leadership opportunities? Usually, student leaders just walk right past a leaky faucet dripping away in the restroom or an empty classroom with the lights just blaring because they're too busy planning a pep rally or a club meeting. Traditionally, we look at those issues and say, well, that's a facilities issue. Let maintenance handle it. But this blueprint, it flips that entirely. These aren't just maintenance problems. Those overflowing plastic bottles in the student lounge are direct, immediate opportunities for you to step up, take ownership, and showcase real applied leadership. It completely changes how you view your entire campus environment. And this right here brilliantly illustrates the core philosophy of this whole program. Look at old leadership. Organizing school dances, hosting sports fests, managing basic logistics. Now, don't get me wrong, school dances are fun, but what legacy do they actually leave behind? They're fleeting. Then you look at modern leadership, navigating real-world challenges, thinking sustainably, and executing tangible environmental change. The modern campus demands a complete paradigm shift, moving away from just executing trivial events that everyone forgets in a week to actually executing lasting change and protecting our shared home. In this model, leadership isn't defined by the title on your ID badge. It's defined by your actual, measurable impact. Which tees us up perfectly for Section 2, the flipped learning approach. To get students to make this mental shift, we have to completely change how we train them. So this initiative completely abandons tedious top-down lectures. We've all sat through those, right? Someone talks at you for 3 hours about the importance of recycling, you take a few notes, and then absolutely nothing gets done. Instead, this blueprint uses a flipped classroom approach. What makes this such a game changer is that it preserves the in-person time. You aren't dragging people into a room on a Saturday just to talk at them. By shifting the information gathering phase to the student's own time at home, this 100% student-led initiative ensures that every single minute spent together in the room is utilized for active problem solving rather than passive listening. You don't come to the room to learn the theory, you come to the room to build the solution. Moving right along to Section 3. The 2-weekend action roadmap. Let's look at the actual nuts and bolts of how this is executed over a super tight time frame. This entire engine runs on an intensive, highly structured timeline. Notice that it is not some semester-long, drawn-out committee where ideas just go to die over months of indecision. No way. It's Phase 1, at-home prep. Then 2 consecutive Saturday mornings from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Boom, that's it. Saturday 1 is for building the blueprint, and Saturday 2 is for the pitch and the verdict. Compressing the timeline like this creates immediate urgency, massive momentum, and forced accountability. Let's break down exactly what happens in each of these critical phases. So, the absolutely crucial point here is that the real work starts before anyone even enters the room. Phase 1 is the invisible prep. Participants laid a mental foundation at home by watching 2 specific video episodes. Episode 6 reframes campus events as actual leadership laboratories. Episode 7 sets the operational framework, teaching students how to weigh an activity's institutional value against its actual environmental footprint. And honestly, this is a massive light bulb moment. Suddenly, students realize that a giant campus festival might have great institutional value, but its footprint in terms of waste and energy is disastrous. And they are just watching passively. They use the official facilitator's guide to complete deep dive reflection questions. They arrive on day one already thinking like high-level environmental strategists. Okay, section 4. Architecting eco-friendly campaigns. This is the tactical workshop phase on the first Saturday, led entirely by campus organization officers acting as lead facilitators. Following a very rapid-fire recap of the prep videos, the theory stops completely. The room instantly divides into 3 specialized action hubs. Group 1 tackles the plastic-free campus, architecting policies for canteens and lounges to drastically cut single-use plastics. Group 2 focuses on water conservation, actually getting out to physically map campus water usage and design behavioral nudges. Group 3 takes on energy conservation, auditing classroom power usage and creating switch-off protocols. It's highly focused, targeted action. You have 3 specialized teams operating simultaneously, engineering real campaigns. Literally no one is sitting around wondering what they are supposed to be doing. Now, to prevent these hubs from just throwing out vague pie-in-the-sky ideas, they are armed with a strict 7-point eco-friendly project planning template. They have to define the title, the specific problem, their proposed solution, the needed budget, a timeline, their promotion strategy, and crucially, point number 7, the monitoring plan. That monitoring plan is the secret weapon here. It forces student leaders to think like actual project managers. They aren't just saying, we should probably use less electricity. They are building out a concrete, actionable mini-project proposal that has actual teeth, real metrics, and a solid way to prove it worked. Then we hit Saturday number 2, and this is all about accountability. The groups take the stage to pitch their formalized proposals to the entire room, and they receive constructive peer review, which means they have to defend their ideas in real time against the questions and critiques of their fellow leaders. They sync their calendars, and they establish a cohesive implementation schedule. This isn't a theoretical exercise. The goal here is an institutional mandate. By 11 a.m. on that second Saturday, they have a finalized plan ready to formally present to the school administration. It yields 3 active, fully mapped out projects ready to hit the ground running. And finally, bringing it all home with Section 5, the turnkey advantage. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds fantastic in theory, but coordinating all of this sounds like an absolute logistical nightmare. Well, that is where the brilliance of this system comes in. The ultimate strategic advantage of this entire blueprint is its plug-and-play design. It pairs a video series with a comprehensive facilitator's guide, which means it requires almost 0 preparation time for the school or the student leaders. In a straight talk sense, this is a massive relief. There are 0 late nights trying to invent a curriculum from scratch. The guide provides the exact prompts, the specific timing intervals, and the framework to keep the room totally focused. You just follow the guide, run the plays, and in just 2 weekends, you generate 3 fully mapped out eco projects. It's the most efficient way possible to deploy high-level collaborative sessions on any campus. So the obvious next step is implementation. If you are a student affairs coordinator looking to supercharge your campus organizations, or if you're a student leader who is ready to leave a permanent, visible legacy on your school, rather than just planning another mixer, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can bring this exact turnkey Green Action Campus Projects blueprint to your school. Reach out to the email on your screen right now, edcast1080@gmail.com, to secure your copy of the guide and launch this incredible training program. The blueprint sums this up perfectly. The secret to a successful, eco-friendly campus projects isn't magic. It's teamwork, data, and a plan. It's about turning your passion to care for Mother Earth into action. Real environmental impact doesn't happen just because we care about it or because we talk about it. It happens when dedicated leaders commit to the data, use the right tools, and follow a structured plan. So I leave you with this question to chew on. Are you going to settle for just organizing another school dance? Or are you ready to step up, use the blueprint, and actually execute lasting change on your campus? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Catch you next time.